Hello YouTube family, this is Ravi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we are back on the series Learn ServiceNow from Zero till Advanced in English. And in the previous video, we have seen what are reports in ServiceNow, how to create a report in ServiceNow. If we have not checked that video, you can go back and check on the I button on the top. Even you will find the link in the description. Now today's topic will be service level agreement. Why we need service level agreement, what is the use of service level agreement and the real time scenarios. So let me get back to this topic and let me show you what are the topics which we are going to list in this particular video, which will be your service level agreement. What is service level agreement? Then we will have what types of service level agreement we are currently having it in ServiceNow. What are the conditions of SLAs? What are retroactive SLAs, timelines, and your real-time scenarios. So basically, service level agreement or SLA is nothing but it is an agreement between you and your service provider, like you customer and service provider. They agreed upon something and that has to be fulfilled within such some time frame. Let's say you have your Wi-Fi connection at your home, and if a Wi-Fi has an issue, you will call the customer representative and they will fix that issue within 24 hours to 48 hours. So this 24 to 48 hours is nothing but the time limit in which your Wi-Fi will be fixed or Wi-Fi will be dissolved. So this timeline, this time limit is nothing but your service level agreement between you as a customer and the Wi-Fi service provider. So basically, it is an agreement between customer and the service provider. So if you take an example, you have ordered something from a shopping platform. For example, let's say you take an example of Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, any other shopping platform. And what will happen over there? Once you order a product, the product will be delivered to you at your designation location within 2 to 5 working days, or if you're a prime customer, within 24 hours. So what are all those parameters set? Those are nothing but called timelines, and those are nothing but called SLAs. So they agreed like if you are a prime customer, it will be delivered to you within 24 to 48 hours. If you're a non-prime customer, then 2 to 5 working days. But if they go beyond 5 working days, obviously you are going to escalate that. So in this case, the time limit will breach. That will call you breach timeline. So just set your context. It's an agreement between customer and the service provider. I will show you the live example. So basically, so this is your service provider and this is you. Based on the timeline, this is going to define. So this is nothing but called SLAs. So basically, here we have 3 types of SLAs. SLA itself. Second one is OLA. OLA are nothing but it's an operational level agreement. In internal organization, for example, in your organization there are 5 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's an internal service provider. Then at that time, the time limit between those two are called your OLA. So it's an agreement between terms and a service provider inside your company. And the last one is UC, which is nothing but called underpinning contract. Let's say you have a third party vendor who is procuring the laptop and sending it to the company so that all the employees will get used to that laptop. Basically, you will get a laptop or desktop whenever you are part of any organization. So from where the company will procure that particular laptop or desktop from vendor, correct? So in this way, these are called underpinning contracts. On the contract basis, they are going to pick that laptop for some timeline, let's say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and after that, the vendor might change. So that's called a QC, underpinning contract. So if you see this diagram, this SLA between customer and your organization, OLA, internal organization, internal IT department. And third is underpinning contract for suppliers, who is going to supply your product. So these are the types of SLAs available in ServiceNow. Now let's go further. So what are SLA timeline? We are going to discuss this in the video, which will right after this. And we have one more thing on retroactive start. This also I will tell you in the video. So let me go back to our ServiceNow instance. This is my ServiceNow instance. And I'm going to create an SLA based on certain requirement. So let's create a requirement. The requirement is, we are on incident table. Let's go to the incident table. And once you open this incident table, you will get list of all the incident available. And everyone knows what is incident. Basically, it is an issue or interruption to any service. In definition wise, it is called an interruption to any service. But if you ask me what is incident, any issue you are facing, like your Wi-Fi is not working, laptop is not working, keyboard is not working, electricity is not working, fan is not working, we are surrounded by incidents every day. And to fix that incident, you will call someone, you will call either electrician, plumber, your service desk help support, IT team, mobile network sub provider, everywhere you will call and get the support done. Correct? So those are incident. The video will be coming soon on the life cycle of incident problem change. But if you click on new, you will notice here we will fill all the details about the incident. So before going into that, guys, I will tell you I have upgraded my instance to Utah. You can also do that. So this is my brand new instance. Nothing is there in this particular instance. That previous instance, I lost it. The reason is ServiceNow is now not providing support for backup of your instance. So please keep everything handy or have a backup of it. How to get a backup. So in the next video, when we create an update set, then I'll show you how to get a backup of it. As of now, this is my incident table. And the condition is when the state changes to in progress, I want to trigger a clock, SLA clock. And based on that clock, based on that SLA task, or based on that SLA timeline, I have to perform certain activity. So let's do that. Let's go to the SLA. Type here SLA. Come down, you have this option called service level management. Make it favorite or just make this as a favorite. The service SLA definition. Open this. This is your table where SLA you have to create. And remember, what is the table name? Contract underscore SLA. So there's a direct question in the CSA exam. What is the table name for SLA? I will show you that too. Just wait for 2 minutes. Once I finish this, I'll show you what do you mean by SLA. Why the table name is important. So we are on SLA definition, but the table name is contract underscore SLA. So let's create an SLA. The first is, let's say test SLA incident. This is my SLA name. So there are 3 types, as I mentioned: SLA, OLA, underpinning contract. I am going to create an SLA target. On which table? On what is a target? So on which table you are creating an SLA, you have to choose that table. I am going to create an incident. You have list of other tables also available over here where you can create your SLAs. What do you mean by target? Basically, target is of 2 types: response and resolution. Response means how much time will it take to respond to the particular ticket, and how much time will it take to resolve that particular issue. There are 2 types of SLAs: response and target. Sorry, not types. Target of SLA, response SLA, and resolution SLA. If I click on response, I am going to create a response SLA. Come to the right. You can see application is global, obviously, because we are of the global scope. So the application is global. When we create an application from scratch, then I'll tell you why these applications are coming up in picture. Basically, this is over here. If you click on this symbol, we have application global and we have list of other application. We'll create our own application. So if you are using the latest version of ServiceNow Utah, you will see this details like this on this next experience UI. But if you're not using the next experience UI, everything will remain same. Only you have to bring that picker. That also I will show you in the next video. When I create an update set while doing a migration, I will show you how you can change that scope as well. So click here. Now these details have to be provided by your customer or client. So let's say I am a customer. Let's say I'm a client and my customer is, let's say, ABC company. So I will ask them what is the duration, what is the schedule they are following, and what should be the time zone. So basically, we are going to choose the caller time zone always. Whoever the caller is, their time zone we are going to select. Why? Because if you go to this setting, go to the preference, click here. Yeah, go to the display part. You will notice the time zone is selected as America. So as per the time zone, whatever you will select, the time zone will depend on that. So I'm going to select the time zone here called GMT. So we are going to choose a time zone called caller time zone. Duration. So for this demo, let's put the duration as 10 minutes. Okay. So you will notice on the top, you will get a message. SLA will now breach at 22/4/7:13. So which time it is taking? Let me check. So do we have a GMT time? In GMT, we have 7:03 a.m. plus 10 minutes is 7:13. So whatever the time zone you are going to select, based on that time zone, the SLA will be breached. So to show you in demo, I am selecting 10 minutes, but in real time, it might be 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 days, 5 days, depend on the customer's and client. And what schedule I am going to follow? Again, click here. You have the list of schedule already. It is designed by ServiceNow. You can create a new schedule as well. You have 24/7 bar, 3/3 Saturday maintenance, 8 to 5 weekdays. According to this schedule only, the clock will start. So Monday to Friday, clock will open, and Saturday, Sunday, clock will be in pause state so that it will not breach the contract. So you can choose the time zone and the schedule. Based on this schedule, you are going to confirm to the user that we are working as 24/7 or Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can create your own schedule. So to create your own schedule, you can go to the schedule table. Just type here SCHEDULE schedule. Come down. You will have this option called schedules. This one. You can make this as a favorite. Under system scheduler, schedule. Open this. See, all are there. You can click on new and you can create your own schedule as per your customer requirement. What time zone they are following, what application, what type. Once you do this, you will be able to see other options available. Let me open an existing one. For example, let me open 8 to 5 weekdays. Okay. You will notice here all the details are available. Monday to Friday, you are going to put an entry on this. When is the start date, when is the end date. So let's say you are working for 8 hours. You mention your 8 hours time. 8 to 5 is nothing but 9 hours. So like that, you can do that. Let me close this. And now the caller time zone is selected. My work is half done over here. Come down. Or before coming down, you have this option called flow. So guys, there's default flow designer, or a flow is automatically running by ServiceNow. So we are not going to modify this flow, which is already decided by ServiceNow. When we come to the flow part in the development, we will see how to create a flow from scratch. So at that time, we'll keep this as it is. And this is active, let it be active, and enable login is nothing but it will enable the login for SLA definition. So whoever is logged in, it will enable that SLA definition. So we have 3 conditions. Basically, most important is start. When you want your clock to start. When you want your clock to start. When you want your clock to pause. And when you want your clock to stop, as well as reset. So basically, according to this only, your clock will be decided when your clock is going to trigger. So my requirement is, when the state is in progress, start the clock. Choose the state, the table selected incident. So all the choices coming up over here from the incident table. So I will choose when the state is incident in progress, then the clock will start. When to cancel, when the state is cancelled. We have one option called retroactive start, which I will talk about it. Second, pause condition, when you want your clock to pause so that it will not breach the contract. So let's say when the state is on hold, let's pause the clock. Okay, when the clock is paused, guys, remember it will never gonna breach the contract. Resume. So when the state is in progress back, we will resume it. And stop condition, when the state is resolved, so clock will stop. So these are the 3 important factors which you need to consider: start, pause, and stop. And the last option is your reset. So when you want your clock to reset from beginning, you can use action called cancel existing task SLA. So when the task SLA is cancelled, what is the cancel condition? When the state is cancelled, then it will reset the clock. Or you can choose the reset condition when the state is cancelled. It's all up to you what you are choosing. When the state is cancelled, you can reset the clock. But I will use this option called cancel existing task SLA. Or you can choose this also: when the existing task SLA is completed, then reset the clock back to 0. So I will choose this option, cancel. So these are the 4 conditions, which are very important in terms of SLA definition. So in SLA definition, we have start, pause, and stop. Where we will start it, we will pause it, and we will stop it. So let's go back to the PPT. What is retroactive SLA? If you see the definition of it, an example. So if incident priority is changed to critical and the priority 1 SLA attached at that time. Means over here, now if I choose retroactive start, see, if I click here, you will see another option here called set to. So you have already given a condition called state is in progress, but you have selected set start date to created. So when the ticket was created, at that time this retroactive will start. It will attach to the SLA. So if you read this particular definition, so retroactive start means that the SLA count from where the incident was first created. So it will start from where the incident was first created, not from the incident was closed. Always remember, it will count it from the incident was first created rather than from the incident priority changes. So I've given one example called priority. Okay. So it will count from when the clock was triggered and the set was created. So remember this condition. This was a use case which I was discussing about it. When the incident ticket went in progress, set the clock, start and complete the close ticket. So this was the one which I have prepared the slide for you. I will paste this slide in the Google Drive link, which you will get in the below down description. Now, as of now, I will not use retroactive start. Let's save this. You will notice my SLA definition is saved, and now we will go and test this activity whether it is working or not. So let's go to our incident table, refresh the page, fill all the mandatory details. So the caller is, let's say, sort description, testing, SLA. Okay, now save it. Once you save it, you will notice, let me save it. Down there, you have this option called task SLA. Correct, there is no SLA attached. So when the SLA is attached, it will go to the task SLA table. And what is the table name of the task SLA? You can see it by right click on this part, open in the new window. So the task SLA table name is task_SLA. Okay. So remember this name. I will show you the right away one question to you guys once I start with the SLA. So now my work is done. I will change the state to in progress. And what is my condition? When the start condition, when the state is in progress. Okay, when the state is in progress, save it. You will notice one SLA will be attached to this particular incident. So let's wait till the incident is getting loaded. So Servicenow is little slow these days. The reason is there are a lot of instances which are in waiting list, and a lot of things, instance Servicenow is providing for free also to everyone. There are millions of incidents now in place having the same node or multiple nodes. That's why there's an issue in the speed. You will notice in the task SLA we have now test SLA, response SLA. See, 9 minutes remaining, 15 seconds elapsed. Business elapsed percentage is 22.58%. So what does this mean? It means that the SLA start and we have to complete this work within 9 minutes. The timeline is 10 minutes. If you notice, here I have used 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the line will be red. It means that we have breached the contract. Now, I am going to show you something which nobody can show you in the real time also. That is your SLA timeline. I will show you a very beautiful concept so that you can remember it very easily. So you have this option called show SLA timeline. Open this. So once you open this SLA timeline, you will get a diagrammatical structure where you will notice one downward blue arrow. Let it load it. You will notice, blue arrow, or you can say green arrow. I can see it is a green arrow. Let me zoom it. See, green arrow. In some cases, you will get a blue arrow. So first downward arrow when you get with a green line, it means that this is the place where your SLA clock start. And red line means when it will breach. So you can see the breach time 7:21. So start time is 7:11, 10 minutes 7:21. So at this time the clock has started, and this is the green line means we are in safe zone, that we are still working on the ticket, and we are on the red line when the breach time has gone through the breach time. So we have elapsed 1 minute. Let's refresh the page. 2 minutes. So it will keep on moving. And you will see SLA definition condition over here is start, stop and pause. But if you notice over here, SLA definition condition over here is start, pause, and stop. So there is a question in the CSA exam. What is the SLA timeline condition? So when they ask you what is the SLA timeline condition, it means that you have to choose these three options: SLA start, stop, and pause. But if they ask for the definition, you have to use start, pause, and stop. So let's go back to a website called Churcher Tech. This website link I will give you the description. You can go there and we have this option here called Servicenow CSA certification. If you click here, you will notice you will get a lot of options from SLA. First option in front of your screen. Which table store task SLA? This is the direct question asked in your interview. Even in your CSA exam. The table name is task SLA. How I found this? As I just now I have mentioned, go back. Come down. Let me zoom out. Yeah, come down. Task SLA is there. Right click, open in the new window. So which table it is? Task underscore SLA. Correct? So your correct answer is task underscore SLA. So let me search any other topic from SLA. Yeah, where we can create SLA, OLA and underpinning contract. So we can create under service level agreement. These are the direct questions which are being asked in your CSA exam. So let me take another set. Let's say set 1. Meanwhile, the clock is running in the background SLA. See what are the steps in SLA. So what you're going to choose. So here they have not mentioned SLA definition, SLA timeline. You are going to choose start, pause and stop. This is incorrect answer. Because in SLA definition only you have this option called start, then pause, then stop. If they purposely mention you what is the timeline for SLA, then you will mention start, stop and pause. This is the incorrect answer. Similarly, you will get where in which table SLA definitions are stored. So SLA definition is stored in which table? Contract underscore SLA. So what is the correct answer? Contract underscore SLA. So remember guys, this kind of a question you will be getting in your interview as well as in your certification exam CSA. So let's go back. We have already elapsed 4 minutes now. We'll click on the plus symbol and you will notice after 50% the color will change to yellow. So let's wait for 1 minute and you will notice this color will change to yellow and it will give you a sign of a warning. Yeah, see, yellow is there. See, let me just zoom it. You can see now. See, yellow is started. This part little yellow. You can see here also you have yellow. So remember, after 50%, it starts with a yellow. Let's go back to our Servicenow incident table. So what is the pause condition? When the state is on hold. So let me change the state to on hold and I am giving any reason like awaiting caller and I'm asking caller for some information. So provide more details. So in this case, the clock will never breach. It will be in on hold state until this caller reverted back. That's why most of the ticket you will find like people have made it for on hold to save the business time. Okay, but this is not the good part. You should get the details from the user ASAP and fix that issue in the real-time scenario. So come down. You will again go to the show SLA timeline. But before that, you will see the stage is paused. We have elapsed with 57%. Click on the show SLA timeline. Once you click on show SLA timeline, you will notice the red line is gone. Why? Because it is pause state. It will be in pause state until I make this back to the in progress. So what was my condition? When the state is on hold, pause. When the state is in progress, then resume it. Now you will see second black arrow. First blue arrow or green arrow. Second black arrow. Black arrow means your clock is paused. Okay. So now it will count the pause time. Now once I made it to the in progress again, you will see again a black arrow. When it will move back to the in progress. So let me go back and move back to the in progress. On hold. Let's move to the in progress. Save it. Come down. You have this option called show SLA timeline. And you will notice now second black arrow. Now you will have a red line because the clock has again started. So first blue, 2 black arrows. And now they started. 5 minutes elapsed. Let's wait for 1 minute before we resolve the ticket and you will notice after resolving the ticket, a diamond shine will be coming up, diamond. So up up arrow and down arrow. So here also it will come a diamond sign. Here also it will come a diamond sign. So let me refresh the page. Let's wait for 1 more minute before we end up. Yeah. So it's moving forward then. Okay. Once it reaches 10 minutes fully, the color will change to red. Remember that. So the color codings are like this. Green is a safe zone, yellow is a warning zone, and after 75%, you will get a orange symbol, that is you are on touching the breach time. After orange, you will get a red line where it will tell you that you have already breached the contract. Now it will escalate to your managers, your customers, that this ticket has not been responded as promised. So there will be a cost issue. There's a penalty for that. So most of the organization face this penalty from the customer, that we are not going to pay for this particular things because this already breached the contract and we have lost the business. Something like that they will tell you, and in that case it will be escalated, and that will directly impact your performance if somebody is working. So obviously the real time this will not happen, very rarely it will happen. That's why people will move the ticket to on hold so that we will avoid breaching the contract. So click on zone. Now it is till 7 minutes. Let's wait for 1 more minute till it changes color to orange, or yes, orange. Let's wait. So remember, SLA is created on which table? Contract underscore SLA. There are 3 types. SLA OLA underbidding contract. Start condition is when your clock will start. Pause condition is when your clock will pause. Stop condition is when your clock will resolve. And all these details will be given to you by your customers or client, or when the agreement is being in place. At that time, they will only decide for in progress ticket or priority 1 ticket or priority 2 tickets, what is going to be handled by team. And once you've done this, go to the table and apply the logic. So now let's can see the changes to orange. Click on zoom, see. So it is approaching red. Now if I wait for another 2 minutes, it will cross and it will be the red line. So I'll not wait for 2 minutes. Before that only I am going to close this ticket. So let me go back and change the ticket state to close. And now not close, sorry, resolve. Because you will notice here I have used stop condition as resolve. Let me close, resolve, and what is the code? Let's say solution provided, test. So I'm going to right click and save it. So SLA clock is now, the SLA clock is now stopped. Come down, see completed. We spend around 8 minutes, but we save 2 minutes of business time. So around 12% of business time we have saved. If you go to the SLA timeline again, you will notice a diamond sign available over here. Diamond sign or symbol, whatever you want, you can say that. See, diamond symbol. So this diamond symbol will always be at the last when the clock is completed, when the clock is stopped. So remember that there are 4 signs available. One with downward arrow when started, black when it's got pause for the first time, second black when it's got in progress again, and the last will be your diamond. So this is the life cycle of SLA, and this is how you have to create an SLA in the real time. So that's all on this part. In the next part of the video, we will going to cover update set, which is the most important topic of Servicenow as terms of admin and developer is concerned. And let me know if you have any query. So if you are very new to this channel, please subscribe and support me, and do like and share. So thank you guys. We'll meet in the next video.